If you're wondering whether Boruto will match with Momoshiki to become a new being, like how Goku and Vegeta matched to become Gogeta in Dragon Ball Z, then this video is for you. Here's why. I'll explain the impact of Momoshiki rewriting the last 18% of the data in the Kama seal. Data was left to be extracted into Boruto to replace the cells and tissues Boruto lost after Kawaki attacked him. This created a situation where Momoshiki can no longer come back to life by taking over Boruto's body. But now, their thoughts have started to become connected and becoming one. Here are the consequences that happened because of what Momoshiki did to save Boruto from dying after Kawaki attacked him with the intentions of killing him. First, by letting Boruto take 18% of his data, Momoshiki made it impossible to resurrect himself. That 18% was used to replace the tissues and cells Boruto lost after Kawaki's attack. Second, the 18% of data used to heal Boruto originally came from Otsutsuki cells. This means 100% of the Otsutsuki data has now been fully extracted into Boruto's body, making him a pure, genuine Otsutsuki. As a result, Momoshiki can no longer come back to life by using Boruto's body, which would have meant Boruto dying so Momoshiki could return in his true form. Third, Boruto's and Momoshiki's thoughts started becoming linked. Momoshiki confirmed this when he asked in his mind if Boruto could hear him. Boruto then replied, "What?" which confirmed to Momoshiki that a new effect had begun because some of Boruto's damaged flesh was repaired using Momoshiki's data. From then on, Boruto's and Momoshiki's thoughts began to cross over. This is not like a mind transfer jutsu. Momoshiki's thoughts echo inside Boruto's head whenever Momoshiki chooses to think. The same happens the other way around. Boruto's thoughts become available to Momoshiki. Their thoughts link into each other's minds without their permission. However, Momoshiki can stay quiet and stop thinking so Boruto won't hear him. This has become a strategy for Momoshiki. He chooses when to let Boruto hear his thoughts to try and influence him. For example, after Ada's omnipotence altered people's memories so that they believed Boruto was Kawaki, the traitor who betrayed Konoha and caused Naruto and Hinata's disappearance, Momoshiki tried to weaken Boruto's hope. He wanted Boruto to give up so he could take over and live Boruto's life himself, bringing his own goals to reality. While Boruto was struggling after omnipotence changed everyone's memories, Momoshiki encouraged him to switch places when Konoha shinobi were trying to kill him. Momoshiki said Boruto was in a kill or be killed situation. He told him it was not very shinobi-like to fight former friends, but offered to take over Boruto's body and slaughter them for Boruto. Boruto told Momoshiki to shut up and stay out of it, warning that he would never forgive him if he hurt his friends. Momoshiki replied coldly that Boruto had no friends, only enemies. He wanted Boruto to accept that everyone wanted him dead, that he had nowhere to belong and no reason to live. But Boruto didn't give in. Instead, he told Momoshiki to go to sleep forever. Later, when Sasuke arrived to save Boruto and take him into hiding to train, Momoshiki tried again to bring Boruto's spirits down. He told Boruto not to get too hopeful over Sasuke's help. It will not change the fact that omnipotence had made him lose everything. Momoshiki reminded Boruto that omnipotence was not like Genjutsu, which is temporary and reversible. Even if Boruto killed Ada, the changes will not be undone. Although this might not be true, Momoshiki might have said it just to break Boruto's hope. Boruto noticed how desperate Momoshiki sounded. He asked why he was suddenly talking so much and mocked his panic. Momoshiki grew even more desperate. He said Boruto's role in the shinobi world was over and told him to stop being a sore loser and hand over his body. Boruto fired back, telling Momoshiki he had some nerve to talk about sore losers and told him to give it a rest, saying he should stay backstage and be silent for once. The fourth and final consequences of Momoshiki saving Boruto is this. There's now a risk that Boruto using his Kama seal could allow Momoshiki to take over his body, not just when Boruto's chakra is low or when he's badly injured. Boruto realized this during a fight against Code, where he had to use Karma for the first time since leaving Konoha. He felt something similar to when Momoshiki used to take over, a feeling of losing himself while still being awake and aware. Since then, Boruto has not used karma even once. By avoiding karma and being strong enough to fight without it, Boruto has been able to stop Momoshiki from taking control, at least for now. The worst part is that Momoshiki has gone completely silent. He has stopped thinking, so Boruto can't hear his thoughts anymore, making it harder to know what Momoshiki is planning. Based on the information we have, we can say that Boruto and Momoshiki will not match like Gogeta. Gogeta is a fusion where two people willingly join together as one powerful warrior. But in Boruto's situation, it's different. Momoshiki is not trying to fuse equally with Boruto. He's trying to control or take over Boruto. Momoshiki also gave up his chance to come back to life when he used that last 18% of his data to save Boruto. What's happening now is more of a mental link between them, not a physical joining. This means it's not a real fusion. Instead, it's more like a psychological battle where Momoshiki is trying to influence Boruto's thoughts, not give him more power like Gogeta-style fusion would. Momoshiki's goal is to push Boruto into a state of despair, either emotionally or because of the situation he's in. Momoshiki wants Boruto to get so desperate that he gives up control of his body. That's why Momoshiki is likely waiting for a future crisis, a moment where Boruto is weak or in trouble, so he can try again to manipulate and influence Boruto into giving up and letting him take over.